Right, what is up, everyone? Today we have a pull day. So I'm really excited. Today is 10:19 p.m. It is the 23rd of March, and we're gonna hit a pull day, which entails our triceps, our rear delts, and of course our back. So today I'm not too sure what I'm feeling. I think I want to try and get really good at the T-bars, or at least really good at a low row. So we might do that. Of course, on our pull days, we always start with our arms section first. So we're going to hit our triceps very, very well. I've been trying to progressively overload on the JM press, so we're going to consistently try and go for that today. We're going to go straight onto a vertical one, not a angled one. I'll definitely talk the reasons why when I'm actually there, but main reason is just the angle of arm path and the movement. As soon as we go down and we're going to go up, it's a lot more easier on my joints than an angled one. And the angled one is a little bit different when it comes to the movement. So we'll do a straight one. And yeah, I'm looking forward to it because I need my triceps to grow. I need my back to grow, even though it is a genetic strong point for me. But I'm really excited, and we just finished our work, so we just got quickly changed, and we're going to head straight to Powerhouse as per usual because, you know, it films the best. I've got my pre-workout meal, which is right over here. In this one over here, we have 10 grams of 90% dark chocolate for a bit of healthy fats. We got 100 grams of cream of rice. We got 150 grams of banana, a little bit of chocolate chips, which is sugar-free. So instead of being a fat sauce, it's now a carb sauce. So for like 100 grams, so 20 grams is like 100 calories, 18 carbs, and it's perfectly fine as a carb sauce in here. And then we got a cookies and cream protein powder. So it all sounds great. I'm gonna down this. We're gonna head straight to the gym, and then we're gonna get the session on. So see you there. Oh, 13 by myself was good. I think last time I did 14, but last two were assisted, so 13's good. We're gonna do our second set now. Keep the weight, and then we'll try to aim for about 9 reps, and then we'll move on to something where probably like a drop set. So we'll keep it for now, and then we'll move on after. All right, so miraculously my audio wasn't on, so that's completely my fault. I just didn't turn my mic on, which is just great. So all that waffle about the reason why I go do a dead straight one compared to the angle one is all out the window. So to reiterate, the reason why I do a flat Smith machine compared to an angle one is because, especially when it goes to that last end of your set, where you're really trying to struggle, and sometimes the angle one, when you're just pushing away from yourself, it kind of gets messed up in that angle because you're trying to go down into yourself and then push up, and that angle pretty much means that you're pushing away from yourself and above your head. So that it probably does realign with your triceps a little bit better. But in terms of pushing that last couple reps where you're just trying to fight the weight up, I kind of just keep it simple and just go for a dead straight one. So apologies for the audio just not working. That's just completely my fucking fault. But apparently this one just feels better. Like, I just did my first set. That was good, 13 reps. I was not gonna get a 14 by myself, so the tempo was great. I went bang, 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 bang. So I'm gonna continue that. I'm gonna try and go for about 10 reps here, maybe 9 or so. We'll see how fatigued we are, and then we'll move on to our third set, and then we'll call it there, and we'll move on to the next exercise. So enough yap, let's go. Oh, 12 on the second set is great. So that last rep I definitely flared my elbows to try and get there, but you know, that's very natural when it comes to the end of that set and you're just pushing the weight and just fighting the way up. So of course, a little bit of form fatigue, a little bit of form breakdown is obviously inevitable when you're kind of trying to push that end towards your set, but nonetheless, great set. We'll move on to our third. All right, third and final set. We did 9 reps, exactly what I was aiming for, so very, very pleased. Didn't drop the weight in any of my 3 sets, so we went from 13 clean ones to 12 clean ones to 9 clean ones, so I'm really, really happy about that. So now let's go do a tricep extension, drop set, because you know, why not? Get the blood flow in, and then we'll go into our back, and then we'll see how we go from there. Let's go. Okay, so we've got 33 kilos. We're using a V-bar, and we're gonna pretty much do about 8 reps or so. Try about 8 reps, so hopefully higher, and then we're gonna drop the weight at roughly about 30%, maybe about 20 kilos or whatever it was, and then we're gonna just try to keep pumping it out. So with this one here, I'm gonna try and keep my elbows locked as possible and only press down in one motion. So imagine a bar through your elbows and it doesn't move at all. So you'll see what I mean here. They're only hinging at your elbows. So here we go. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, that was harder than I thought. We did 33 kilos to 21, and that was really, really hard to keep strict with the V-bar. So we might get rid of the V-bar and then just go back to ropes, because that was kind of weird as. So, I mean, hey, we experiment, right? But we'll keep the weight relatively similar-ish. Obviously, we won't be doing as much weight when it comes to ropes because the instability factor of the ropes when it comes to a straight V-bar. So we'll go a little bit lower, but the rep range is still falls between. So we did about 8 in the first set, and then we continue with the set with the drop set, but we might go a little bit lighter and then continue the rep zones. So on to the second set. Okay, so we got 26 kilos on the board. We're gonna see how it actually go, but same principles apply. Keep your elbows locked, dead straight, and only extend the arm. So, and keep your body over the weight so you feel more stable, and bring it nice and close where you're not trying to force the weight away from you. Nice and close, extend the elbow, come up. So I'll show you what that looks like. Second set, shall we? Nice and close, straight down. Man, all right, that's done. That's 5 sets of triceps done. We went from 26 kilos down to 16. That's a wrap. So let's go onto our back movement now. I'm thinking T-bar, then a lat pull down, then we'll see. But we'll start with T-bar, see how we go. All right, so first back exercise is a T-bar row. Now, what you'll notice is I have these on the wider setting. So the wider setting pretty much means the less elbow flexion I get, which means the less bicep involvement I have in the movement. So compared to me pulling from this way, like this, there's a lot of elbow flexion, which means a lot of biceps. So me having that bar outwards pretty much decreases the angle I have for my bicep and my forearm, and thus less biceps and more theoretically back involvement in this movement, which is exactly what we're trying to get. We're trying to get back involvement, not bicep involvement. So that's why I got very wide here. We're gonna try and really squeeze our shoulder blades and really focus on our mid and lower traps. So get the thickness of a back. We'll start with a heavier movement. We'll aim for about 10 reps or so. We'll see how we go. Not too sure about the weight, but we've got two plates and a 5. And we're gonna test the waters, probably do 2 sets here. And then we'll probably do a back off in the last set. So let's go in our first set. Okay, that was 12 or 11 or so. Was good though. I think my left strap was a little bit tighter than my right, so that kind of threw me up a little bit, but in terms of contraction, wasn't too much of a difference. Was good first set though. Definitely a good idea to not fully extend the arm on my reps and just keep that tension in my back and not really get that bicep involvement when I fully lock out my arm and then up to here, because that's all bicep. There's no back in that movement. So trying to keep my arms semi-locked out is probably a good idea, and I'm probably gonna consistently do that moving forward. But that was good first set. On to our second. That was good. Definitely hard towards the end when your mid traps just switch off, but that was good. Let's move on to our next exercise. Okay, so next exercise is a lat pull down. Now, if you watched my back day when I did a Tengalpa, I think it was episode 8 or 9 or so of Ramadan Lifts, I pretty much just saw Clark Kent do a lat pull down, and I was like, whoa, maybe I should do them more often because I don't do them at all. So, but the way he does them, it's kind of like a frontal plane pull down. And what I mean by that is, instead of his arm being out here, it's kind of like in front of him, like a chin up almost. So that's exactly what I'm gonna try and replicate here. I did replicate it in my Tengalpa video, but I'm gonna try and do it here, this time with a metal bar and not a rubber one. So it's gonna feel a little bit better, a little more stable, and hopefully we can do a little more weight. So we're gonna try and do 60 kilos here, but I'm not trying to do some crazy range of motion or anything like that. What I'm really trying to do is contract and extend my lats. So try and extend my lats up and really just bring my elbow in my frontal plane, not out wide, in frontal plane, down into my own side, into my own lat. So that's exactly what I'm gonna try and focus on here today. So enough yap, we'll go on this side. First set, here we go. Oh, fuck. Oh. Missed the chair. That was good first set though. That was good. I kind of fell in slow motion. The fuck was that? Oh, but that was good. At least I'm fine. So we'll do a second set. That was 70 kilos actually, not 60. So that's good. I'm gonna get off the floor so I don't look like a retard. But apart from that, good set. On to the next. Oh. Alright, that was good. What you probably see in that is that I really am trying to abduct my elbow into my own lat and just try and pull into my own lat a lot. Whether that collapses my wrist in my elbow position or not, I'm really just trying to focus on bringing that elbow into my lat. So that's why it kind of looks a bit unorthodox, but fuck, it really, really works. Like, really, really works. Sorry for my language, but man, it's really good. So I'm starting to sweat now, which means game on. So that's good. Second exercise done, and then we'll probably go into like a lat pullover, or probably like an iliac row or something like that, because I just want the pump chasing, and yeah, pump chasing it is. And then we'll go on to rear delts, which is what we always do on a fly on a pec deck machine, and then we'll call it a day. Okay, so last final exercise for our back today. We are doing a single arm row, well, single arm pull down, I suppose, on the Panada machine. Now, this is a great machine because it's very, very heavy on the length and range, which we know in 2026 is where your muscle really grows in the most anabolic state of the movement. So we're gonna really try this. We've only got about 1 plate and a half on here, but really focus on the squeeze, chase the pump, and then we're gonna do a rear delt. So we're gonna do 2 sets here. We're gonna start with our left arm, because even though our left arm lat is slightly bigger, it is still weaker overall. And I'm trying to bring up my right. So we might just start with our left, see how many reps we go, and then I can match it, but with better tempo with my right. So we'll see how we go. We're gonna start here, but then really drive our elbows straight into our pockets and back at a great contraction. So this is a great exercise. If your gym has this, definitely don't skip it. I'm gonna try not to skip it now, but this machine always is taken, so no one's here. It's 11:30 at night, 12 o'clock at night, so we might as well go for it. All right, here we go. Left arm first. All right, 13 on my left. I'm gonna try 13 on my right. This time, a little bit more stretch, a little bit better tempo, and see if we can try and bring that right arm up. Okay, great first set on exercise, right and left, both 13 reps. Not too sure if I feel the pump difference yet, but we're gonna keep chipping at it. So on to the next set. That is done. That is done. On to rear delts. All right, so we're gonna finish off with rear delts. We are back on the pec fly as per usual. We're gonna do our typical drop set, which is about 68 kilos down to 47, and just pump it out. We're probably gonna do 2 to 3 sets on this and then call it a day. So we're gonna go hard on this because this is our only rear delt exercise for the day. We might do a little bit of abs because, you know, I need to keep myself accountable. So we might do a bit of abs because of the absolute bender I had on the weekend. So we might do that for just to, you know, overcompensate for the food. But anyway, we're gonna do this for about 2-3 sets, and then we'll call it there. So let's get started. Oof. Good first set. Feel the pump. On to second. Oh, man. All right, on to abs. Okay, so the last exercise of the day is a leg raise. Now, the reason why I like this leg raise compared to the other leg raise conventionally is because this ball here has an amazing benefit. Now, you might be asking, what is that benefit, right? What we know about our abs is its function is to extend and like really contract our spine, and that spinal flexion is what really activates our abs. So what this does is pretty much pre-positions our spine into a stretch position, and when you do your leg raise, it kind of just lengthens your spine and then really allows you to contract up. So it just pretty much increases that range of motion of your abs, which is really, really important when you're trying to train them. So we're gonna try and do this one here. It's a great variation. If your gym has it, definitely give this a go. And I'm gonna set the position of the camera on this side so you can really see the spinal flexion I get because of the ball compared to what I usually would get. So definitely extend, and then when your leg raises up, try and lean forward a little bit and contract that ab. So I'm not the greatest at the exercise, but what you'll see is the form is there at least. Give it a go. All right, so 3 sets of abs is done, and that is the end of the video. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. This is now day 2 of my reverse diet. Whoops. So like I said in my last video, I'm gonna try and do about 2 weeks to clean up Ramadan, and then we're gonna go into our proper bulk phase. So that was my pull day. Let me know about your suggestions, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.